We got.
Not her.
I think she's like. There's like two characters in here that I think low-key, like matchup-wise, should be in the tier down below, but because of how easy they are still in the tier above, and Min Min is one of them.
Yeah.
I think Min Min has some very problematic matchups in the way that the characters down below do. Like Sheik and Meta Knight, Puff, Loki Zero Suit, like can be like really, really like just very bad matches for her that it's like some of them like Puff and like Meta Knight like really awful. But because of how simple her game plan is and how like badly she beats most of the cast with that game plan, it's just so strong, especially as a secondary. Like Proto's got it right playing like one character plus Min Min. That's the way to do it. You shouldn't solo main the character. I think you'll get stumped in a lot of like places. You get bracket checked. But she is so easy to secondary for.
You got the easy character and the other easy character that just like does literally nothing and wins.
Exactly, yeah. And it's like auto beats like so many zoners. As a reflector, has more range. Auto beats so many swords because she outranges them for some reason. You know, like it's the characters that get in on her and give her problems that are just like a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Diddy's one of the ones that's really bad, I think, too. But yeah, she's super busted. But like, I think like matchup wise, it's a little dicey. But I think she's so easy to mix up for it. I like a higher level.
Oh baby!
I have Bayo in here. I think she's broken. I think she's been broken, and none of the people paying attention. It just took a little bit. Obviously, I lose to this character a lot. You play this character a lot. We should listen to what you have to say about it.
I think she is, for me, I think she's like top 20 or maybe like top 25. She's like super, she has like, okay, like her neutral's not amazing, it's okay, but I think because of how much reward she gets off of her hits, it like doesn't even matter at that point. Like when your neutral's that bad and you get a hit and you do that much damage, it doesn't really matter at that point. She has like some of the best pressure in the game. Some of the best like shield poking, like she could shield poke people like pretty consistently. So a lot of times you could just kind of like mash on people's shields. So like you know, people like bring up that problem. Like, oh my god, they have to deal with shield, but then her grab game's amazing, and she fights really well with that mid range, or like a down slow, you know, down slow range, up slow range, back range, all that.
Also, almost impossible to pressure. Her out of shield's insane.
Yeah, she could play a 50-50 game with that. Like if she doesn't want to wish list, she could just grab you because you're respecting it.
Yeah, it's like only 1 frame slower than Game & Watch at and also like a frame 1 air dodge. It's she's got it and which time on top of it like literally like throws a lot of like checkmate scenarios on their head. She's got one of the best disadvantages, one of the best advantages, really good edge guarding.
Like really safe buttons, like that. Yeah. Like downside has pushback on it, so a lot of characters can't actually like shield grab her or like toss items out of shield and punish it. So like Diddy Kong can't even like throw a banana out of shield and punish her down so close, which is really stupid.
Forward air pressure is so good.
Forward air has mix-ups, like it has like does so much damage. It'll also kill move. Has, you know, mix-ups in the air, so if you like do fair 1-2 and then fair 1-2-3, they don't press anything. They do air dodge, you still frame trap them. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, she's a whole spin cycle. She just has like a couple problematic matchups, and I think you're like pretty optimistic about them. I like the classic one everyone says is Snake, but I don't think you think it's that bad anymore.
It's definitely not easy.
Yeah, okay.
But Sonic's definitely her worst, but like thankfully there's none of those. They don't really exist. Like her hard matchups, but characters aren't really there. Like they don't really.
Shulk 2, right? Or
I think it's fine. I think Shulk's fine. I just have to like figure it out. I think I know how to play it. I think it's like even. Like she doesn't. She's very like very forgiving. Just you know, she doesn't have to deal with a lot of the things that goes on in the game, and I think her the biggest thing is like her pressure, just in general, just by standing there.
I think the
Like-
cheesier this game gets, the better Bayo gets. Not
She gets
because
better.
she's necessarily cheesy, but because of how cheese-proof she is.
Yeah.
I think she is like going to be able to survive the coming storm.
Mhm.
You know, I think very just durable character, super busted.
Yeah.
Worth keeping around. I have Palu up in here.
Yeah.
I think Palu's in the lower end of it. It's kind of weird to think about that. Like I was even thinking about putting her on the tier below. She doesn't really have weaknesses. Her weakness is the fact that everyone knows how to fight her.
Yeah.
And she
Can't
plays.
crank that well either. She's not good at that.
Yeah, it's like a weird positioning to like do so. I think her advantage is like still pretty darn strong.
Yeah.
She plays neutral, very privileged in a lot of ways. Her ledge trapping is really, really good. It's not not like insane. It's not, I think, a lot less good than it used to be with her down throw nerf. But she's just got very privileged buttons. Neutral is a very easy time for her.
Her X factor is solely like relies on like how good the player is. So
Yeah.
like you have to be on point, and if you're not on point, she just loses. So it's hard to play her in that sense.
I think there's also a certain degree of, like, obviously Nairo's not playing anymore, and he was,
Yeah.
like, by far and away her best rep. And I think we'd see at least more of her if her best rep was, like, still around. I think, like, there's still some really good ones. I think, like, it's not like there's a lack of good players playing Palu.
Yeah, it's like I like Chase, Jagaimo,
Jag.
Jag, Reese.
But not quite what she used to be. I think she's still doing fine. I think the Palu Doomers. I'm not a Palu Doomer. I understand what they were saying about Sonora, though. I have Lucina up here. I think Lucina's really good. I think
Nothing really inherently bad about her besides like her landing. It's like her.
I think she like is really. Honestly, even her landing's not that. Like, down air is like really safe.
Yeah. It's -30.
I think
I
it's
don't
9,
know.
but the pushback is wild.
Look, I started safer than that.
And also the fact that she pancakes when she does it. But yeah, Lucina, she's really good. She's really suffocating if you're really good with her too. Like she's just like her ability to just push you in the corner, insane out of shield, very difficult to gimp. If she loses her jump, she's in trouble like a lot of times. But like if she has her jump and the ability to up B early, there's nothing.
Generally, she's like, she's making it back.
Her edge guarding is like very good. It's very like traditional, but it's very good. And some characters it like messes up.
Right.
Her other aerials are really safe. She's got great
everything
bows.
else is like 3 though.
yeah. Lucina, she's simple. Everyone knows like what she does, but I don't think that necessarily makes it easy. I think Proto's wild with her.
I think the floatiness also fights into that too.
Yeah. Her jump side B stuff with her floatiness though is like kind of wild.
Yeah,
Give
it's
us some
interesting.
crazy mix-ups. Alright. I have Roy. I think Roy I would have had a lot higher prior to Fighter Pass 2. I think the DLC meta has hurt him greatly. I don't think he's particularly great against Steve or Kazuya, especially betting Kazuya. Interacting is just punished these days. But he's really good at that. And he's really good at forcing people to do that. And he's got really, really stupid ways to kill you early. Really, really dumb pressure, like ways where he hits your shield and he isn't plus, but he may as well be for like how limited your options are. One of the most terrifying thoughts in the world to me is the idea of Kola having me in the corner. I don't want to deal with that ever. Very, very solid character against most of the cast. There's just some toxic parts of it that are kind of running it and hurting him right now.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to say?
I don't know. I feel like I don't know enough about him.
He's got weirdly good out of shield. Up B is like pretty broken. The fact that it's like armored that early and he can like do it on platforms without a low lag.
I don't play enough Roys.
And we don't have a lot of them here.
Yeah, we really don't. Like, we literally haven't, like, no Roys, actually.
I've played Goblin 4 times, and 2 of them were Game 5 last stock, and then he cheesed me.
Yeah.
But I have Game & Watch. I mentioned him with Min. He's another character who I think he has some, like, problematic matchups, but he is so easy, and his game plan is so easy that, like, in human practical levels, I think he's easily up here.
He's so broken, does so much damage. Has like this. He has like really good ledge trapping. He has good juggling. He has like all his aerials are like safe. He has like one of the safest jabs. The plus is like -6 good juggling.
Like the best out of shield in the game, probably.
Best out of shield, frame cream. Combos off of it. Also has like 50/50s off of it.
And like even after missing it, not in free fall, super safe downer afterwards. It's just stupid. His edge guarding is really good because of the up B, because he's invincible for a lot of it, so he can like interrupt people's recoveries with it. Yeah, down smash kills people at 60 literally, because for some reason the berry does that. Very much so, it feels like an execution test to fight. The fact that he gets a lot off parries too. Yeah, he's...
There's not much else to say.
Simple character, broken.
Linear, so that's like the only thing he has hurting him.
Another simple broken character. You hate him, I don't like him. He...
Cross slash, that's all I have to say.
Forward air, cross slash, back air, cross slash. Why do those do 40? We don't know. Why are they -2? Why does he have like infinite mix?
Why can he spam it in neutral? Yes. I have to respect it.
Like, you just have to deal with it. His up smash should not be that fast, but it is. His up B shouldn't be that fast, but it is. His recovery really ain't that bad.
It's so broken. Actually, really good recovery.
It just ain't that bad. Limit is obviously really good. Even if it's not what it used to be, it's still really freaking good.
Psychological damage from Limit.
Yeah.
Sitting there like, oh, well, I might just die right now.
He's... I think he, like... is to some degree against some characters fragile. I think he's like some characters make him very fragile, and that's like his big weakness. A lot of his bad matchups tend to be weird characters that are specifically good at gimping him, like Ridley, or like Sheik or something like that. Like characters that can like really maneuver around his minefield of safe hitboxes. But I don't know. There isn't a ton to say. Cloud's just so broken. If you don't see that why he's broken at this point, then
yeah, he knows the trend. All the characters like right now they're like easy.
The simple characters, the simple, consistent. Always work. They're like the same button answers all your problems. You know. Another character that everyone way overrates how complicated they are. This is entering the top 10, by the way, if we're ordering this. I think Pac-Man's top 10 personally.
Me too.
I think people also overrate how hard the character is, or like, oh, he's doing all this big brain fruit stuff. Literally, throw hydrant down, jump behind it, charge fruit, cover jump. That's like, it's solved. It's literally
stuff.
It's like Samus if Samus could spawn in a stage hazard.
This is Steve before Steve.
Yeah, he's pre-DLC Steve, and somehow Pac-Man's already DLC. Like, Pac-Man and Peach are the...
Bell, like frame data, the Fox, he has really good ledge trapping, he has edge guarding with down air.
Like, Bell is quite literally, like, the game is unplayable around me. Like, I think someone pointed this out, like, he literally trolls in top-level games when he has Bell because he knows how stupid it is. Like, it's like a situation he knows for a fact he cannot lose no matter how hard he tries, so he trolls. Like...
So awful.
Imagine just being able to summon a phase of the game where you can just troll and win against like Cosmos, you know?
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Like that's like such a broken character, incredibly durable, very heavy. That will debatably the best recovery in the game.
Yeah.
Very hard to like mess with in any like meaningful way. Very good out of shield. He nares out of shield really, really good. His edge guarding ain't even that bad between throwing hydras down, his forwarder. Why does he have hands? His grab is like actually one of the best grabs in the game. It's way faster than it used to be. It lasts forever, so it covers spot dodges. Insanely privileged character. Doesn't even like really have all that many weaknesses other than the fact
smash attacks that murder you. Like,
yes, they're so strong.
And they hit your ledge hang too, by the way.
Imagine if Zero Suit down smash, like if Zero Suit could like use one of those smash attacks out of her down smash. Why do I have the moves that I have to hit people out of down smash, and why does Pac-Man get that out of Bell? Someone make it make sense. Like, insanely privileged character. I think his like vertical pressure isn't super high. It's one of his like bigger weaknesses.
Yeah, I feel like he can't land that well either. He's not good at landing.
Yeah, he does not like super good at landing. If Hydrant is like easily dealt with by the opponent, then like he kind of has like a Mario problem where he kind of gets like stuffed out. But that's like a big if. I think his game plan actually shuts down like 60% of the cast. No thoughts, head empty. Insanely broken character. The fact that there's better than him is wild. I have Snake up in here. You hate Snake. I think Snake's really good. I think I have a character that's really good against him. But even with a character that's really good against him, I feel like he just always has a way. I think he's also one of the characters that, like, if you can do his game plan, it's quite literally impossible to lose in, like, the first half of bracket with. I don't think it's possible to lose in pools with Snake with, like, his basic game plan unless you run into, like, one of those weird matchups like Lucas or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, Snake is just so good in that way. All of his moves, so good. Why is his, like... The fact that Snake mains can even try to argue that forward tilt's his worst move is wild.
Yeah, why can't he drop shield F tilt even?
Why can't he drop shield F tilt? Why does his down tilt instantly do that? Why does he instantly go into his crawl out of crouch? And why is his crawl that low? Until his down air is frame 3, so it's frame 6 out of shield.
It does a million damage for no reason.
Like, Sticky functions as a command grab. Like, the fact that C4 is plus on block.
Down throw, up tilt, like, why is that a thing?
It's like just, the character plays itself to such a large extent, and then also has a very, very large room for, like, creativity. I think he's one of the more complicated, really busted characters in that way. Which is like
something know what you're gonna get when you run into him.
Yeah, which is like I actually kind of appreciate that. I think like Snake is like one of the deeper, really good characters to an extent, but like his simple stuff is also so effective. It's you always gotta be like thinking a little harder than they do for just to get past his like basic stuff.
Yeah.
Super busted. I know you have Joker a little higher than me. I have Joker like right around like this area, top 8, top 10 or whatever.
Yeah.
Super busted character.
He's so. I don't know. He's so broken. I think his only problem is like he can't kill that well. Like with RSN, it can be really hard to get kills if you're not getting, you know, the rebel stars and whatnot.
I do think Arcene's also one of the worst comeback mechanics, which is insane to say, but I think it's like one of the worst ones.
I also do.
It like gives him some problems. He can get it at bad times.
Disadvantage gets worse.
Yeah,
also,
significantly worse for it.
as it should. Because...
yeah, as it should, which is good. Like he's actually like a decently balanced in some degree for it. Like, but it's very campable, especially with like the increased time limit on it.
I just think if they actually committed to camping and then like when they got Arsenal like start fighting a lot harder, or like forcing stuff, I feel like he would be absurd.
I think a lot of Jokers get worse when they get Arsene.
I know, it's funny.
Or they like, I think they like feel the time pressure of needing to hit you, so they get really desperate about it.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things that Leo is actually like really good at. Because Leo never like gets desperate about it. But
so when it's go time, when he gets that hit, that's what I mean. Like when they get the hit, they need to like actually like force them in these really bad spots. So
also,
they can get kills.
gun is so good.
Yeah, that was like probably like one of the best moves in the game.
It's like like a movement restrictor that also like he can combo off of and do out a shield and like kill confirm sometimes. Edge guard.
Cover.
His hurt box doesn't exist.
His iframes on it. Jump gun.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, Joker I think is very good. I think he's also one of the higher effort, really good characters. I think the last two are the only like higher effort, really good characters I have here. I have Wolf very high. I think Wolf is broken.
Yeah.
I ain't even like a ton to say about it. Like he just.
There's less trapping, good damage output, kill confirm.
His dash. Throw. Why does him and Joker have the two fastest dash grabs in the entire game?
They need it.
And he also has an insanely broken dash attack to like go with it. Like the combination of good dash grab, good dash attack is so busted.
Also can combo off the dash attack, like the weak hit.
Yes. And like all of his moves do so much damage. It feels like Peach hitting you.
Yeah.
Like,
he has to be reading you though. That's like, I guess that's the hard part. Like he has to make those callouts on your off-leads to get the damage. But a lot of the callouts are like.
I don't feel like he's as unsafe as a lot of characters for being wrong though.
That's what I was gonna say. But I was gonna say like he's actually like. That was the one thing I was gonna bring up. Like his weakness is like he's not that safe. He has to be spacing in order to get for things to be safe. And if he's spacing, he can't get a lot of like reward off of his head. So he has to kind of like ease his way in when he hits you to get damage. That's the hard part about him, in my opinion. But
his recovery's not super amazing. It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
I think it's good. It's just because he has like a frontier dodge too, which is.
Yeah, insane air drift. The air drift is like what makes it.
Yeah.
He has no trouble landing at all. Why does his back air do that? Why is like Wolf standing in place and back airing over and over again like
lagless?
There's just like not all that much counterplay to it, unless you have Bailey BK, I guess. But like.
I'm not even doing that.
Yeah, you're not even sure if you want to test that because he gets like he's getting out like 5 back airs a second, and you're like, okay.
You got it, bro. I'm gonna just jump over here.
Right. And then the last one before you get to the truly like broken.
I hate this character.
I hate Fox as well. I have to fight Fox all the time, and I hate how. The character that has like debatably some of the best whip punch in the entire game forces me to press buttons by just existing within a 5-mile radius of me. Like his neutral is so stupid. It is like baby stupid.
Yeah. Also, it's like stupid ledge trapping is like tree kill confirms, really good juggling. It like traps like on the ground like case traps. He has to do it.
He's just like able to force a game that is like in his favor. The only downside of the character is that when he's wrong, he feels it like in a way that like I don't think any of the characters in like any of the tier above him or the tier he's in or even maybe even the tier below him feel. Like Fox actually can just like instantaneously explode because he was wrong. It's just really hard to be wrong.
He better like what?
If he didn't, it would be so unfair.
He's literally cheating the entire game.
Yeah, it's
you're losing at the start of the game. Like you're actually just losing.
Like you start the game at like 80%. He hits you one more time after that. They're up smash.
There's a flash pick where you just get deleted immediately.
Yeah, Fox is crazy. Fox is crazy. He has some problematic matchups. I think also the other thing is Fox would be worse if his worst matchups were more common. But his worst matchups are like Luigi, Terry, Pichu, Pikachu, Game and Watch is like the only like meta relevant character he loses
Mario
to.
Seems hard too.
Yeah, Ness, something like that. I think Steve and like Kazuya aren't good for him either.
Steve are also Steve's actually terrible.
Like, but like if especially if Steve gets banned, like I think for sure.
He's gonna shoot up.
So
I almost put him in my top 10.
Yay! Rob is so broken. Like I can believe that he loses maybe half the matchups that Rob say he does, and even if he does, there's a saying that goes that Rob doesn't win matchups, but Rob wins games. Like it doesn't matter what the matchup is. Rob just wins anyway. You know, like his disadvantage is one of the best in the entire game, and the fact that it was ever tried to be sold to us as bad is like disgusting. He's so heavy. His recovery is so good. His landing options are amazing. To kill him, you have to be right like 50 times in a row, and then on the 50th time, he might die.
And even if you are right, it's probably safe, and you probably can't punish it.
Yeah, it's like whatever. And his neutral is insane. He's amazing at boxing. He's really good at zoning. He's really good at dealing with a lot of zoners.
Got like good ledge trapping with the back airs.
His gyro ledge trapping.
Down throw.
Down throw, zero. Like, no one can figure it out to this game. We've had 4 years and no one's figured out how to DI up air.
Just hope I go the right way.
Crush bones and pray.
I mean, there's not much else to really talk about. He's just big. Like, that's it.
He's big, yeah. He gets comboed a lot. Which is, like, good for us. It's good for Xerus and good for Bayo, but, like... Oh, well, he gets comboed. Like,
we don't kill him.
It's 0 to death combos that even frame 1 air does don't save you from. Like... It's insane. Anyway, next character I haven't broken. This is... I should clarify, like... This is like my view of like what's particularly broken at the top levels of the game. Meta's changed to degrees of skill, and I think Mythra is like one of the characters that's like worse the lower levels down you get. But I think for like top players, I think Mythra is just insane.
Yeah, I tell everyone this, like, if you're not top 10, I'm just saying, if you're not top 10, you shouldn't be playing this, like, ever. There's a reason why the top 10 players are playing it.
It's like, there's a reason, like, 3 top 10 players play them, but, like, no one else plays them well. Like, there's, like, no, like, there's no high-level Aegis that doesn't really exist. Just, like, there is... A couple people have, like, high-level Aegis pockets or something, but usually they get blown up every time they get pulled out. Like, but... The people playing him are Leo, Spargo, and Cosmos, who are, like, people who could win majors at any given moment, because the character is broken, but the character is very unforgiving. Yeah. There is a lot of ways. It's similar to Fox. You could just get deleted for no reason.
Just guessing wrong or positioning yourself incorrectly.
Yeah, but I like to see them as like they're like Fox. If you gave Fox a sword and like lower damage output, I think Fox's damage output's a little dumber than them. But you also have a giant like Sephiroth sword strapped to Mythra for no reason. And also you have the character Ike strapped on too, like.
Yeah, it's literally Ike. I think of Fire like Ike and Mila, like the same character.
Pretty much, yeah. Definitely overtuned, but I don't think like unrewarding. I think like particularly rewarding like the tippy top level of play.
I actually like don't mind them as top tiers. I think they're like designed pretty well.
I think they play Smash. I think they play it on like turbo cheater easy mode, but like, you know.
Yeah. They're playing the game.
Unlike
yes, I hate him.
Sonic is so incredible.
I think this is the best character.
I think there's a very real argument for it. I'm not entirely sold. I think there is no neutral better than him. I think he is the
he is neutral.
He is neutral. I think his matchups against even like the characters better than him are wild. I think he has a couple difficult ones. I don't think he's like doesn't lose matchups the way Sonic Seiki does. I don't think he loses any matchup bad, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Like I can see him losing to like Samus in some circumstances. I can see him losing to Fox.
Fox I can see for sure.
I remember when Leo pulled out his Samus to beat like Sonic on Wi-Fi, I think. But
What?
that was like a thing that happened. There was like a Wi-Fi tournament. Leo played Samus and won against Sonic.
Leo played Samus.
It was really funny, but like charge shots like weirdly difficult for him to deal with, I think. But
That was so gross.
yeah, the character is wild. His edge guarding is insane. His speed, the fact that he can whip punish.
Trying to F smash if he's charging it and holding it, he would literally like react with it, which is really stupid.
It's so strong, 2 frames, and it lingers forever. His up air is like insanely
rising up air, all of it by the way.
Yep. Wild.
So much damage.
Plus on block spin dash. Like not even punishable on parry.
He's literally like Fox. Like Fox is God. Like this is the God character. Like he does so much damage doing literally nothing. Like he's just doing super simple stuff and does like 50 every hit. It's
invincibility on him. It's
safe
like
buttons.
Everything like you do to Sonic is like you're trying to bait him to make a mistake. Like there is no checkmating Sonic. They just have to screw up. And
this spell would really just punishing the landing after the spin dash, like they jump or something.
he has a frame 2 air dodge too, right?
Yep.
Yep, it's like wild how safe it is.
I cannot with this character. Like he literally has everything. Like there is no weaknesses on him at all.
Like his disadvantage ain't even that bad. Like
it's not fair. He has an invincible up B. Like
literally, and an auto canceling down air that dive kicks.
Woo!
Yeah, insane character. Sonic Main's been trying to tell us for forever, and I actually think they're right on this one. I think they could struggle with Aegis too. I think that's another character that could
but literally the only ones I could see being harder, like Samus, Aegis, Fox, and maybe Roy. So like,
I think Zerasu does fine. I'm not necessarily ready to say that Zerasu wins it, but I think she does like fine. I don't think.
Well, my character doesn't.
Yeah,
that's minus. That's like a 90-10 matchup. I'm not playing that one.
Yep. And that gives us with only 2 characters left.
Might as well put them both there.
I think at top level, Kazuya has more counterplay at the moment.
I don't know. I think the opposite actually.
It's like I think there's like more dedicated camping strategies and counter picks that work against Kazuya. That as opposed to ones that work against Steve at the moment. I think the problem with Kazuya is that there's like a scale of like human error versus like perfect play, you know, and like characters that are broken in like theoretical perfect play, like Mithra or something like that. Yeah. And then like, characters that are broken if people are making a ton of mistakes, like Incineroar or something like that, right? Like, you know, like the 2 spectrums. Kazuya is broken on both spectrums, like game-breakingly broken. Either way you go. The more perfect we get, the more perfect close we get to literal invincibility star Kazuya, just walking around completely immortal, untouchable, has a way, like, one of the things to describe why like Kazuya's 0 to death is so broken as opposed to Luigi's or something like that is like Luigi is playing a game of rock, paper, scissors, right? But he can only kill you off like paper. So if you just don't pick rock and only pick scissors, you are never going to get 0 to death. The problem is Kazuya 0 to death you off rock, paper, and scissors. You have to just be
gun.
like he has like it's like he has ways to catch you for jumping, like which is the counterplay Luigi, and 0 to deathing you off of it. He has ways to catch you for holding shield and then grabbing you and then 0 to deathing you off of it. He has ways for you trying to stuff him with attacks and then just going through them and then 0 to deathing you off of it. There is nowhere you don't get 0 to death. And
I
that's
hate
like,
when they say I have a disadvantage because it's not true.
it's not true. He like the fact that like he can mash his invincible up air, like on landing, his air,
being huge,
the down air beats
grab with
everything.
armor,
Frame, I think it's 4 armor. I'm not sure, but it's
stalling,
like
whatever.
it's his recovery isn't great. I'll give him that. Like
Sure, but he's not dying really unless they do something horribly wrong.
and he's so heavy. Like
Yeah.
the up B is invincible on the startup too. I'm pretty sure. Like the first like rising up part, he's not touchable.
Really? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's on like the second half of the move. He's even able to be hit. Where the hitbox is still giant. But yep. The problem with Kazuya is that Kazuya also like the counterplay is never consistent. For example, like the fact that like during electric is mostly only upper body invincibility. I say mostly because there's 5 frames in there where he's fully invincible anyways.
That's cool.
And there's a lot of moves like this, and they all tend to be his instant death moves, where like he's only invincible somewhere partially if you try to hit him for this, except for the fact of parts where he's not. He's actually entirely invincible and will just hit you anyway.
Yeah.
The fact, and there's no way to like aim through that. There's no way to time around that for most cases. It's decently whiff punishable, like electric. If you have like normal grabs and stuff, but like you can like and on whiff, it's not too bad to like just hit him and not worry about invincibility.
You can play like a little bit outside the range. You can like actually like reliably react to it and punish him.
Yeah, so like if for most characters, if he's just mashing electric like a bot, you can get around that with just whiff punishing. The problem is when they start just doing movement. And everything he can do out of crouch dash all has some degree of invincibility to beat every single way. If you're going to try to do something that beats like the electric by aiming low, he can press B and get the spinny kick that actually has lower body invincibility and hits a shit ton of damage. Have I mentioned that his damage is insane? He has a 2-hit combo. It's called Electric F Smash. It does 53% without Rage Drive. If it tippers on the F Smash. 2 hits, 53. It also kills at 0.
Woo!
Like, it works at 50 across the stage.
And my problem with him is like when you have to push your advantage like really hard when you do get a hit, and it's scary because there's no telling what they're gonna do.
Hey, you might get reversal. You'll
die.
die.
It's so scary.
He demands perfection to fight against with literally just a week spent in training mode.
Yeah,
I am learning how to play like Kazuya to understand how to fight him. I have 0 intent to playing. I don't want to play him.
I try to.
But like I am learning him just to have a chance to fight him. I need a deep understanding of how this character works at a scientific level, and I'm doing that because this game is my job. If this game wasn't my job, I would quit. If I had to fight a Kazuya, if like someone in my local scene picked up Kazuya, started doing the Zirdanes, the counterplay is to quit. Or pick up Sonic, or Min Min, but like most people would rather quit than do that anyway, right? Like, insanely stupid. The counterplay is very specific. Like the degree in which like it takes to do the things versus to fight the things is just insane. And like it's possible that he just gets even better as it goes forward with like seeing like Taz Kraus dashes and stuff like that. Box needs to be banned immediately.
I've seen some box Kazuyas and I'm like, oh, that doesn't look okay. That's really funny.
Before we get to the last one, I realized that we skipped a couple.
I just noticed his huge.
So anyway, Shulk is in here. I had him like right between like Roy and Lucina. I think Shulk's really good. Shulk's matchups are really good. The cheater advantage.
Consistent game plan is strong and easy. So.
Ledge jump, skips edge, skips recovering, or like jump art, skips like ledge, recovering. Shield art skips combos. Smash art gives him a chance when he shouldn't. You know, like he's really, really good. I think a lot of people are really bad at fighting him, and I think he's not quite as good as a lot of like the super Shulk doomers like believe.
Yeah.
If you're really ready for a lot of stuff, I'm obviously like super practiced against it. I don't think he wins all the matchups that like they say they do either. For example, I'm very optimistic about Zero Suit Shulk, but like very good character. Yeah, that's fine. That's like a whole bunch of characters that Shulk does very good against. He struggles against Snake. Snake tends to beat those characters with giant hitboxes because they can't space around grenade.
Yeah.
He struggles with Rob. I think Rob kind of messes him up. But I don't know. There's not a ton. He's also like pretty solid against a lot of fighter pass too. There's a lot of even matchups.
I like Seth do well too.
Yeah, that would check out. It's like able to poke him for jumping like really far away.
Yeah.
And then the last one that we skipped is Diddy Kong. Yeah. And I had Diddy right below Peach. I think
that
Diddy is really good, especially against top tiers for the most part. He just struggles with a whole bunch of random low tiers. He has some really bad matchups with like Villager and Duck Hunt. And then, but like he has some meta bad matchups too. Like he's not good against Steve. He's not good against Fox. He's not good against Pac-Man.
Probably not good against Mario either.
Yeah, Mario's not too hot.
I think Peach does pretty good against him.
That's interesting. Actually, I heard like a lot of Peaches say the other way, but you know, Peaches are kind of being
Yeah.
But like he does really well against Aegis. He does really well against Rob. He does really well against Joker.
Mario beats him.
I
forgot about that.
So
Zerasu.
Yeah, beats Theo, beats Zerasu, beats Min, beats Palu. Pretty much all the Sword characters. He's just really strong as any archetype that has to interact. Diddy is just Diddy's just very, very good. Has some matchups that suck that I think hold him back a little bit. I think otherwise, like, could very easily be moved up into the higher tier. Definitely one of the best characters in this game. And lastly, Steve. Do you think Kazuya or Steve's better?
I think Steve is better.
I don't think that's crazy. I think at the moment Steve's better. I think Kazuya is probably going to be better.
Yeah, probably. You're probably right. They I don't know. They both need to be banned, to be honest.
I can totally get behind that. Steve is wild. Just completely overtuned. The character has no consequences for anything. He just presses something that is really like gets to like press insanely high reward option, but like you can't do anything about that. And then because he can cover himself with another insanely high reward option, but you actually can't do anything about that one either. And then he gets to cover himself with another insanely high reward option that you also still can't do anything about. But the fourth one you could back here him for if he does it again. But if he just doesn't do it, then like you miss.
Imagine if they like change their pressure. Like, what if they like start up tilt grabbing you, or like up tilt wait and then up tilt again?
That's what I was saying. Like, what if they like the counterplay to up tilt is to parry the second one? It's like, what if they just delayed?
Right. Like, even then, you can't even. The counterplay isn't even that, because if you do it, it's not like reliable. You might just get punished for even trying to do it in the first place.
And that's like most characters can't even punish on parry. Like,
most characters can't jump out of the pressure. They have to just deal with it.
Literally, they just have to hold it. Like, he has plus on block tilts, like plural. Like, diamond up tilt facing you is like, I'm pretty sure it's like +1 or 2. Down tilt +5. There's a way to do his up air, or is like he can like up tilt on a block, but like if the block breaks underneath him, the up tilt will become an up air. And for whatever reason, if diamond, that's like +8. Fun fact, he has like a +8 like aerial tilt like kind of thing on you. It's absolutely insane. His grab isn't super hot. He's light. He's kind of like a generous hurt box, but like his recovery's insane. There's just a common trend here. All these like really durable characters that have the ability to disintegrate you for making very small mistakes.
Like they have a 4 neutral. But
Steve's neutral isn't even bad. It's like bad against a couple of characters like Sonic, but like the fact that he can literally just build the stage, like severely limiting what the opponent can do about it. They have to approach him, or else he becomes Diamond Steve, or and has 9 million irons that he can then spam in disadvantage to not have any consequences for anything ever. But like you can't fight him either because even Wood Steve is like probably got better frame data than you.
You have to have a really good understanding of when to like engage with him or not, you know. Or
I'm probably one of like the best players against Steve. I love fighting the character because I'm like really comfortable with it, and I still recognize how stupid it is. Like I feel amazing at fighting Steve, and I still am like have a losing record on it. I'm 2-3 on him. Like and I feel really good about like fighting him every time, and I'm like still just like
I get close.
Character is just wild. Watching Akola versus Tweak at Summit was like one of the most depressing things I've ever seen. It's literally just watching like someone press every button in their kit and just not having consequences for it. Like it's just insane.
Y'all thought Smash 4 was like bad? Y'all thought that was bad. Plus buttons.
Plus buttons. Block strings. Diamond. Why does F Smash do that?
Amazing.
It's like stronger than Meta Knight F Smash, faster and like as safe.
Spammable. Let me just do 5 in a row. Nothing will happen to me. It's okay.
He has death combos. There's like decent. At least you can SDI his stuff, which is something you can't say about Kazuya. Yeah, like, you know, just SDI as a something we've heard before, but like it actually does matter sometimes to some extent. It can like.
Not your Fox.
not if you're, you know what the counterplay for Fox is? It's SDI in and get hit by more jabs.
Yeah.
It's 50-50 now if you SDI with Fox. You can SDI in, you get jab F smashed, or if you SDI out, you get jab fair. But if they guess wrong, you live and you only take 60 as opposed to
take 80 and almost die.
As opposed to definitely die.
It's so awful.
Yeah, it's this like top tier, particularly these top 2 are just absolutely insane. Like these 2 are broken because of neutral, and he's broken for like a combination of neutral and punish and disadvantage. But like these 2, with the fact that they can do the things that they can do off hit with like so little consequences for being hit, and the fact that they are almost impossible to hit in the first place.
Because of the human error.
Win with this tier. If you're not good at the game, win with these ones especially. Like Rob, Steve, Kazuya. If you're good at the game, win with Sonic and Pyra Mithra. If you're good at the game, win with like these characters, but you don't need to do with Pac-Man. It's fine. Or like
some of them are specialist characters, like they require
it's just
some effort.
Really, the sad truth, like the thing I don't like about Ultimate that I liked about Smash 4 is I feel like the good characters in Smash 4 had like expression. I don't think I think the good characters in Ultimate are actually the exact opposite. It's the simpler characters, like the simpler things, like simpler answers to everything is better. It is better to have Cloud back air, which is just always the correct answer in 9 out of 10 scenarios, than it is to be like, well, you know, like this Cloud would have back air here, this one would have forward air, this one would have done a landing reverse nair, you know, like, no, just back air.
Yeah, I think most of the Smash 4 characters are pretty expressive besides Cloud, but he's the only one.
Like, you could tell, like, honestly, even Clouds, I could tell you the difference between Komo's Cloud. I could tell you the difference between that and Leo's Cloud and Tweak's Cloud. Tweak's Cloud especially. Like, Anti's Cloud, but that's because Anti was ugly, but, you know.
Yeah, we don't think of him.
We don't think of him. But anyway, this is the collective tier list. Obviously, like this is like from like what I had, but like you had some input in here. Do you have any like I don't know, big agreements? Do you think this would be pretty close to your tier list as well?
I think Sora should be like higher. Like honestly, like around where Peaches and like around where Peach, Diddy, Mario, Pika, like that area. Like that, Sora's like really good. I have like a lot of hope and faith in the character. I really think like once it's that player base, it's just so bad. Like they really are. Like I kind of want to try to see, but
what you can do.
Yeah, because I think I could do it if I tried. But like
what matchups? Like
I don't know. That's the problem. That's why I don't want to use them. because I'm like, I don't really have a reason to use him.
You don't think he's solving your Sonic problem?
I could use him for Sonic. That's like it. Maybe Rob if I want to be funny, because I think he like destroys Rob. He also does really good against like Mario.
Rob is something you really struggle with here.
Yeah, Wario.
Yeah.
He beats Mario. Game Watch he does really well against. Does really good against Steve. Pac-Man's probably but yeah, I don't know. He's like, I think he's just really good. Obviously, I think Peach is top 10.
Yeah. I think there's like an argument for it. I don't believe in her like that, but like I think more people would probably agree with you, at least the top level, than they agree with me.
But so I don't really think about stats all like that, because you should, like we've been talking about, it doesn't really matter if your advantage is as good as it is. So that's why I think about that. But it's like he has the shield pressure, safe buttons, good ledge trapping. Doesn't die at like last hits, like he's impossible to kill at last hits. Turnips are broken to eat like everything, like literally edge guard everyone for free. Her up air is like amazing, like probably the best juggling tool in the game, or one of the best
top
ones.
Damage on every hit she does.
Yeah. That's my 8. Yeah, that's her. I want to use her too.
Big Veils is good. I think.
Yeah. I think she's proven enough. I think like we literally like me, Lima, and Bloom have been winning like everything, or like doing really well at everything.
This would put her in top 20.
Yeah.
If we wanted to be like exact, where we're like this is a top 5, then we could put like Peach and Diddy in here.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
That'd be like a top 20.
Yeah.
Which it's just weird. I think like there's a certain cutoff like around here where I think these characters are significantly better than these ones.
Yeah.
Like Loki should be another tier somewhere between it, but
I think after like Game & Watch is just like they're good characters.
I play 2 top 25 characters in my own mind, and I might be optimistic. That's crazy.
That's so good. Like they can win. That's kind of like where I think the top 25, like or 20, win. Like they can win by themselves. Generally.
I would agree with that. But this one really long. Hopefully, Alex is able to edit it into a digestible video.
Yeah, our brains are all over the place.
I don't know. I like talking about these things like in a like this kind of discussion way. It's weird because I normally like hate tier lists. Like I've never posted Twitter tier lists.
I've never posted one ever.
But like I don't know, like making like stuff like this with like I don't know, like Andrew or like I don't know, someone that like I enjoy talking to and like bouncing like views on the game off of. So I don't know. I have fun with it in that way. I never would talk to like any Twitter junkie.
Yeah, because they think they know everything. Like we haven't been through all this. Like we see it.
No, guys, Cloud is mid tiers. It got pretty bad.
Like we've been in the trenches. We've seen the nitty gritty. Really, like, that's why we think the way we do. Like, I feel like most top players or high-level players think the game is more centered around advantage state rather than neutral. I know Japan thinks more like about neutral. That's why they think Pit's so good, or why they think Sora is really good, or things like that, because the neutrals are really strong.
Or they play Min so they can be anti-neutral.
Yeah, they think Min like stupid. Like, which I can vibe with that. Like she's really unfair. But yeah, like that's why Americans think advantage is everything. Which I mean, I think so.